After a generation of darkness and brutal winter, the long night faded into history and peace was restored to Westeros. In the north, the First Men and the Children of the Forest raised a mighty wall to keep the monstrous creatures of the far north away from the lands of men. To guard the wall, the Night's Watch was created, a brotherhood of men in black who take vows swearing off all titles, rights, and allegiances. The Night's Watch was to be led by a Lord Commander who would serve the realm as a neutral party and was forbidden from engaging in the politics of the rest of the continent. And so it was, until the 13th Lord Commander, known to history as the Night's King, came to power. From his seat at the Night Fort, the Lord Commander led his brothers and proved himself a great and fearless warrior. Yet all his talent for battle was useless when a beautiful woman with skin as white as the moon and eyes like blue stars seduced him and led him to the darkness. It is said her skin was as cold as ice, leading many to believe she was an undead follower of the White Walkers, who plagued the continent during the long night. After seducing the Lord Commander, she fled from the keep and he chased her with no regard for his own safety. At last he reached her, and when they laid together he gave his soul and took the White Walkers as gods. When they returned to the Night Fort, he declared himself king and she his queen. For years he ruled with the Night's Watch as his personal army. He committed barbarous atrocities and sacrificed men, women, and children to his demon gods. With so many rumors and tales of terror making their way throughout the continent, the king in the north entered into an uneasy alliance with Joramun, the king beyond the wall, who had raised a great army of men, later called wildlings, who had lived beyond the border of the wall when it was constructed. Together these northern kings descended upon the Night Fort, and after a vicious battle, the Night's King was defeated and the Night's Watch freed from his brutal reign. As a rebuke of the Night's King, future Lord Commanders destroyed all records of his reign, and any mention of his name became forbidden. Over the years, many have attributed the Night's King to several of the major houses of the north. Some say he was a Bolton, others a Magnar of Skagos. But the most widely believed story is that he was a Stark, and a brother by blood of the king in the north who defeated him. With the restoration of the Night's Watch, peace returned to the continent. But it was not to last. Beyond the narrow sea in the continent of Essos, a movement stirs, and the invasion of the Andals is coming.